Hello, this is AstrologerCoach Sonja Francis, and today we're going to be talking about the upcoming new moon in 0 degrees of Aquarius, exact on January 20th at 8:14 a.m. East Coast time in the US, which is also New York time, or 5:14 a.m. Pacific time in the US, which is also LA time. Now, the new moon is always a new beginning of some sort for the new month, so we're sort of like looking to see what's going to happen for the next 4 weeks. It's an introverted time. It's a time where we go within because we're wanting to get in touch with what's coming up next. And we're also planting new seeds. And so one form or one way to plant new seeds is to set intentions. And the new moon is a perfect time to set intentions for the coming 4 weeks. So I'm going to be talking a little bit more about what that looks like at the end of this video. Now, first, let's talk about the Aquarian energy. What is that all about? How can we align ourselves with that energy for the next 4 weeks? Well, Aquarius is all about freedom. It's all about the future. We have our eye on the future. We want to see a clear vision of what we want to create, how we want to improve our lives, how can we make our lives better. We strive for equality, for collaboration and progress. And one thing we can ask ourselves with this new moon is, where are you called to make a difference in your life or in the world even, right? And just like the last new moon or approximately 4 weeks ago, this one is also in the very beginning of a sign in 0 degrees. And so these 0 degrees new moons, they're very strong. They're very exalted energies because it heightens the energy of Aquarius. And so it's very much about us being open to the new, what's new in our lives, or where do we need to create something new for ourselves. So especially the area of your life that the new moon falls into in your birth chart, whatever house placement it's in, take a look at that and see, what area of your life needs a focus for the new or for some change of some sort. So another reason why this Aquarian energy is also so strong this month is because Mercury and Venus align in Aquarius as well. So we have 4 planets in Aquarius plus the 0 degrees. So all of this is really contributing to a very strong Aquarian energy. So the Aquarian energy really connects us to our inner visionary, to our inner humanitarian. It's about being an agent of change. And it's really about creating a better future for everyone, right? Including not just ourselves and our family and the people we know, but really everybody, the whole world. So Aquarius really deals with the power of the ideal, but it also deals with technology or inventions, because technology inventions contribute very much to making the world a better place for all of us, right? So we're definitely, with the Aquarian energy, we're definitely interested in the collective, and we're focused on changing group consciousness. And so some of the questions you can ask yourself too is like, what can the individual do for humanity? And what can a whole group of people do for humanity? And how can group consciousness shift the cause of humanity, right? The course of humanity, sorry. So these are some questions we can just kind of sit with and kind of like see, like contemplate upon, and whether that's in meditation or whether that's, when we're going for a walk or just getting quiet with ourselves, just sit with some of these questions that I'm posing in this video, because I think this will be really helpful to align yourself with the Aquarian energy this month, right? So each one of us has a special gift, is born with a special gift, has like a unique spark. And the Aquarian energy is all about sharing that spark, sharing that special gift, and tapping into this inner genius that we have and share that with other people. And allow that to make a difference in the world, and allow that to shift consciousness in the world, right? So when we're able to share this inner genius of ours, we're really capable of quantum leaps of insights and remarkable collaborations with other people. So this is a really wonderful thing to tap into and to share with the world. So ask yourself, how does your personal inner genius communicate, or how can you share your own inner genius? What is it, right? What is that special spark within you? So again, sit with that question. You don't have to answer that right away. Now, Uranus, which is the ruler of Aquarius, so it has a very important placement. It's a very important placement in this new moon chart. Aligns with the South Node in Aries and makes a very tight square to Pluto in Capricorn. Now, we've been experiencing this alignment with the South Node and that square with Pluto in Capricorn already for the past 5-6 weeks. However, with this new moon, because Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, this is becoming a much stronger focus now. So this is really asking us to redefine our personal and collective relationship to freedom. What does freedom mean to each one of us? And what does it mean to have a society or a world that can connect to the idea of freedom? Or not even just the idea, but experience more freedom, right? Now, we are also invited with that connection to the South Node to release old patterns, especially around gender roles, so we can each fulfill our unique role a little bit better, so we can get more in touch with being unique rather than being a specific gender, right? And it is really critical for us to do this at this time in life, because there's so many shifts going on this earth right now on so many different levels. And so it's important for us to really step up and step into this unique role that we need to fulfill. Now, our individual capacity to affect change in the world is so much greater than each of us realizes or imagines. We all think like, oh, if we're not somebody really important, or if we're not somebody really amazing, then we're not going to be able to make a huge difference. But that is not so. Even on a small level, even on a level where you feel it might be insignificant, nothing is insignificant. We can make changes all the time. There's always a ripple effect. When we're able to shine our light, when we're able to bring this unique spark and this inner genius to the world, even if it's something small, or at least, maybe it might not be small in general, but it may be something small to us, right? Even if we think of it as small, don't discard it. Still bring and share what you have to offer, because you are unique, and it can change the world. Every single person can change the world, right? So it's really about being able to touch upon this inner genius, or being able to touch upon this unique spark within us. It is important that we really get very connected to who we are, to all of who we are, and not suppress anything about us, because that's what makes us unique. So even if there are certain things about us that other people may not like, or that a family member may not like, embrace it, be it, because that's your unique spark, and that's what can create change in the world. So aim for wholeness. Your light can shine so much brighter when all of you is visible, all of you, when you're not suppressing anything, right? Now, we're definitely being invited with this aspect, with the Uranus-Pluto aspect, to think outside the box, but not only to think outside the box, but also to kind of live in that space where we're able to constantly make adjustments, find creative solutions, be flexible, and have this sense of living outside the box a little bit, right? We want to allow ourselves to break out of our normal routines, because all of this is really going to create the change that we're all seeking in the world, right? So, and each one of us is an agent of change in their own way, no matter how small or how big, right? Now, for those of us who have a strong Uranus or a strong Aquarius component or a strong 11th house in your birth chart, because planets are strongly emphasized in that sign or house, or Uranus is on your ascendant or on your MC, or it's connected to your sun or something like that, right? Then you definitely have chosen in this lifetime to step into this role more fully, to be an agent of change for the world, to really shine your light and to be that unique spark. But again, I want to say that all of us are agent of change. So each one of us has something to contribute and has something to offer and share in that way, right? Now, this new moon is also making a square to the solar eclipse that happened 3 months ago on October 23rd, 2014. And usually when a lunation is making a square to another lunation, especially if it's an eclipse, that signifies a turning point in our soul's journey. Something's ready for us to shift and move to the next level on a soul level. So again, it's very important for us to remain flexible, to keep an open mind, and that will really support the movement of moving on into that next level of our evolution. So what you can ask yourself here is, what important changes were happening for you 3 months ago at the time of the solar eclipse, so right around the end of October of last year. And what are you ready to tackle now? What is that shift that's coming, right now with this new moon energy and for these next 4 weeks? Now, the last thing I want to mention is that Mercury will go retrograde a day after the new moon becomes exact. So that makes Mercury also kind of heightened. And Mercury is in 17 degrees of Aquarius as it's going retrograde, and will be in Aquarius, retrograding in Aquarius for 3 weeks. So as best as you can, use this time for a time for reflection. Attune yourself to the insights that are coming in. Like, go within and see what's coming in. What insights are you getting from your higher self, or from your from your internal self, right? Ask yourself, where do I need to realign myself with my vision for the future? Maybe there is somewhere where you feel you're a little bit out of alignment, or something has shifted for you. Maybe you need to have a new sense of what your vision is. Maybe it's no longer what your old vision was. So get to see what is that for you during the Mercury retrograde, right? Ask yourself, what needs to be repaired or released, if anything, in regards to the future, or in regards to your visions, or in regards to how you can make a difference. What is holding you back from expressing and sharing your inner genius? That's a very important question, actually. I would say that's the most important out of the 3, because if we have something that's holding us back from expressing and sharing that, then we're not going to be able to make a difference. We're not going to be able to contribute to a better world. So we really want to check in with ourselves, like, is there something that we're scared about? Is there something, do we feel that, maybe if we show our inner uniqueness, then people will reject us, or people won't love us? Is it that we think we don't have anything unique about us because it's been suppressed for so long that we don't even know what that would be? So check to see what might it be that's holding you back from really getting in touch with that and expressing that, right? Now, one last thing I want to share is I found this really beautiful quote about vision, and I thought it was really perfectly in alignment with the Aquarian energy at this time. So I just wanted to share that real quick. A vision is not just a picture of what could be. It is an appeal to our better selves and a call to become something more. And I think that really says it all about the Aquarian energy. And it sounds like whoever came up with that quote must have had Mercury in Aquarius or something, right? Now, if you have 0 to 2 degrees of personal planets or points in your natal chart in Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, or Scorpio, or if you have 28 and 29 degrees of Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, or Libra, then you're definitely going to feel the effects of this new moon more strongly, and you're going to feel everything that we talked about already. You're going to feel that energy of the new and the changing and the shifting. You're going to feel that more acutely. Now, even if you don't have personal planets in those degrees and signs, the house placement is very important as well, like I mentioned earlier in the video as well. So look at your natal chart, look at your birth chart and see, where does the new moon fall into as far as the house placement is concerned? Where is 0 degrees of Aquarius in your chart? Now, if you're not familiar enough with your natal chart, or you don't even have a natal chart, feel free to watch my video about how to read my birth chart. I talk about here how to use my videos and my weekly blogs and to apply them to your birth chart, and also where you can get a birth chart on the internet. So feel free to watch that either on my YouTube channel or on my website. You can go to AstrologerCoach.com to Astrology Forecast for 2015, and there is a tab that says Astrology Videos. And on that, if you click on that tab, you will find that video. If you can't find it for some reason, just feel free to email me at info@astrologercoach.com, and either myself or my assistant Anna will email you the video, the link to the video with attachments that are connected to that class as well. Okay, so that's available. Now let's talk about setting powerful intentions for this lunar month, which we've all been waiting for. So for this moon cycle, we always want to set intentions after the new moon becomes exact. We want to avoid moon void, of course, phases. We also want to set the intentions, if possible, the first 48 hours after the new moon. That's when the time is most potent. However, you can still set them after that as well. I'll talk about that a little bit. But the best time, or the most potent time to set our new moon intentions, are anytime between 8:15 a.m. on January 20th and 8:45 p.m. on January 21st, and that would be New York time, East Coast time in the US. There's another opportunity on January 22nd, a very brief one between 7:45 a.m. and 8:14 a.m., again, New York time, East Coast time in the US. If you live in a different time zone, please feel free to plug in these New York times into a time zone converter that you can find on the internet. If you Google time zone converter, you will find that. And that way you know wherever you live what's the right time frame for you to set these intentions. If that's a little bit too complicated, then feel free to join me on Twitter or on my Facebook fan page. Twitter is Sonja Francis. Facebook is AstrologerCoach.SonjaFrancis, all in one go. And so I will be posting at the time of the new moon when is the best time to set the intentions, so that way you don't have to figure it out for yourself. You just have to stay in touch with my Twitter and Facebook stuff. And then you just set the intentions when I post that time. If you watch this video after the above mentioned time for setting intentions, and you still want to set your intentions, then definitely do that. But be sure to avoid any moon void, of course, phases. You can find a list of when moon void, of course, phases happen on my website at AstrologerCoach.com. In the tab that says Astrology Forecast for 2015. I write weekly forecasts, and each weekly forecast will show you when the moon void, of course, phases are taking place. So avoid those when setting intentions after the dates that I mentioned above. If you have any questions, any general astrology questions about this new moon or about astrology in general, then feel free to email me at sonja@astrologercoach.com. If I can answer something via email, I certainly will. Personal questions that require me to pull up your personal birth chart, however, I will ask you to book a reading because that's more time consuming for me, and so I can't do that for free. So please feel free to go to my website at astrologercoach.com /services.html. That's the service page on my website. And just look at what's available. There's lots of different readings that are available for different times. The shortest one is 25 minutes. The longest one is almost 2 hours. And so they all have different costs as well. So whatever resonates best with you and whatever is the best fit for you, pick your reading, add it to the cart, and then also fill out the online form at the very bottom of that same webpage. That would be really greatly appreciated and very helpful. All right, so have a fantastic time with the new moon. Go within, plant those seeds, set some powerful intentions, and I will be back in about 2 weeks from now with the next moon phase, which will be the full moon in Leo. So have a good one. This is Astrologer Coach Sonja Francis. Goodbye.